Hey, welcome back. We're doing a review for Easter. We're going to start with the Anubis Oracle. Nicki Scully is the writer. Linda Storworth is also the writer and illustrator, but it says illustrated by Chris Walder. Okay, I thought Linda had done the card work, but okay. I might be wrong, I'll need to check. Okay, let's get started. So it comes in a huge box, right? You can see, because this book has to be able to fit into it. The book is actually pretty cool. It details the cards in great detail. It does give you layouts and sample readings, which are very useful. There's, I think, 9 actually 9 layouts that you can use. So I really like it for that, and feel free, of course, to reuse the layouts with other decks, right? Because they work really well with other decks. So the deck has a key card, which is Anubis, and it's the opener of the way. Okay, so when I draw with these cards, I always put Anubis up on the top left hand corner, and he's kind of watching over the draw. Okay, he and his mates are watching over the draw, because you can see that he's flanked by the dove and the multicolored rainbow snake. So just bear that in mind, that he's not alone here. Okay, so once we've got the key card, you will see very quickly that the architecture of the deck is actually based on a major arcana. So that's 21 plus a number of combination cards and 4 elemental cards. So the deck starts with the dove, and every time you'll see the number, the title, the illustration, and then initiate, innocence, trust. Okay, so it'll give you clues as to how to read. Back of the cards is really nice. Open your eyes. Neckbet Mother Moot, and you can see she's holding the Ankh. She's the alchemist, the wisdom keeper, and the grandmother, and she is totally awesome. Nephthys, who is rather beautiful in this deck. So the attributes that are given to the deities are somewhat traditional, but not always. So Khnum. Now Khnum, you know, one of his attributes is clearly the horns, and they represent the DNA, and he's forming a human being there. But he also has, you know, a scarab keeping the heart. He's got Ma'at present there in the picture, so he's not alone either. Sphinx, who was not venerated as a god, but does appear in a lot of decks, actually. You have a bit of a combo card here with Sobek and Horus, and they do have a temple. Sobek and Horus, they have a temple where they both appear. So here you can see, you know, this is the lovers, even though it's termed reconciliation. You know, this is your teacher, your hierophant, your emperor. Okay, so we really are in the major arcana kind of depiction. Sekhmet as the chariot, Ma'at as justice, and Thoth as the hermit. And there's a lot, you know, to read. Khepera, Wheel of Fortune. Bast. I really like this card, actually. It's quite beautiful. For strength. Okay. So this one can be a little bit confusing because you might think Osiris, 12, but of course you know this is Major Arcana. So you know this is all about your perception, all about the Hangman, all about how you're seeing and viewing life. Why it's linked to Anubis, though, I mean, there's a reason, there's a rationale. I'm not sure that it speaks to me, that particular one. I see Anubis as more of a counselor, and there was Osiris. So Osiris, sleeping is eternal sleep, which, you know, I like to see him a little bit more active than that. Hathor, I adore Hathor in this position of card 14. I think she's an excellent alchemist and medicine woman. So it's a really spot on for temperance. Set as the organizing principle of material, which would come out as the devil. And you see for me, shadow, you know, I think go with your way, okay? And so, because they have made it stick to a particular framework of a major arcana, there are things that don't speak to me in terms of how I see the particular Neter. Amun-Ra, solar energies, which goes for the sun, right? Although you could have just had Ra. Never mind. Ptah for the wake-up call. That's a really spot-on one, actually. And then, of course, the world wholeness being represented by Nut, Geb, and Shu. It says Nut and Geb, but you can see Shu. So that's the wind. Okay. All right. Then we go into the 4 elements. So quite simply, water, earth with a pyramid, really useful to remember if you need some earth, fire, sun, and air. And then you get into the composite cards, which are fun. You know, I quite like them. I think they can make you think, right? The different associations that you can get when different cards come together. You know, there you are, Anubis and Osiris and Bast. You know, for me, it's a good deck, but it has limited uses. Because also they always follow on, you know, so you have the star, the moon, the sun, okay? I would have liked to have seen more mixity. This one is a good one. And then the alchemy, the sacred 5 elements at the end. Okay. So overall, a nice deck, especially if you're coming at the gods of Egypt totally fresh, no previous experience. You know, the book is really, really comprehensive, and it's going to give you so much to read about each of the deities. And for that, I think it's a good deck, especially for newbies. I have issues with some of it, with the way that some of the deities are cast. I think it's a little bit restrictive for them. I think some of other deities I would have liked to have seen who do not make an appearance. And so this might not be the only Egyptian oracle deck that you own at the end of the day. But in terms of how the symbology is organized, and in terms of the art, how nice the art is to look at, I think that's a total plus, okay? I really engage with it. They're very, very easy cards to engage with. And they have like the keywords as well on the card. So they're a no-brainer. They're really, really easy. What is going to be maybe your hiccup is that instead of being 15 pounds like these ones are, this is going to set you back maybe more like 30 or 35. They certainly were when I bought them, and they might have come down in price. You need to check. Okay, availability, they are available fairly readily, fairly easily. I got mine on Amazon, but I think there's plenty other places where you can get them. It doesn't have to be Amazon. Okay, so let me know what you think. What are your thoughts? Are they not enough Egyptian? Are they middling? Do you like the art? Do you like that they have keywords? What are your thoughts? Just feel free to share.